Hello, my name is Robbie. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Deniz Bayık.
Okay, and can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Turkey.
Okay, and can I see your identification?
Yes, here you are.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask some questions about yourself. So to begin with, can you describe a brother or sister?
Okay. I have a elder sister and younger brother, and I'm going to talk about my brother. My brother is younger than me, as I mentioned, and he's a quite bubbly, easygoing person. He loves going out with his friends and then family. And even though he's younger, he's a quite mature personality. And he loves helping out people. You know, he's always there for me and for everyone. And he's always like nature. He likes nature since his childhood. I can remember, you know, when we played and everything. And even though he's younger than me, he's quite tall. And our appearance a little bit different. Even though everyone, you know, when they see us, they say, you know, there's a resemblance. We can definitely say that. But I was like, no, I can't.
Okay. What do you think it's like to be an only child in a family?
I don't really know, as I mentioned, you know, I'm in the middle. But I assume it might be some, you know, the pros and cons as, you know, being the only one, which means you can actually get whatever you like because you're the only one. You know, when you have extra sisters or brothers, it might be a little bit difficult. You know, you might think about the others first. But on the other hand, only child means maybe they might know to share, you know, the things with the others. But again, it depends on where or how, which, you know, the family they actually brought up, you know, or, you know, born. I mean, they can actually learn these things. But I think they might get a little bit jealous maybe, or I don't know.
Right.
I mean, maybe.
And why do you think that some people choose not to have children?
Again, this is quite a personal thing. I mean, everyone is different. And I mean, they might think, you know, this environment, the world is going really bad. You know, lots of problems actually arising every day, and also stressful lifestyle, and also not enough money, even though people work hard. And then, you know, everyone, like, I assume, like, they give their child the best they can. And if some people might think that, you know, they haven't enough things to give them, or this world not good enough for them to actually raise a child. I think that it might be the reason.
Okay.
I assume.
Right then. Now I'd like to move on to talk about clothes. How much money do you spend on clothes?
All right. I mean, like every girl, I mean, I love clothes. I love fashion as well. But I mean, I am quite careful about, you know, what to buy or not to. You know, it depends on the season, if I need it. And then I assume I don't really spend much. But again, if I like something, like, I don't know, new dress and everything, I know I can definitely go and buy. So it depends, actually. It depends on my mood.
Okay, and you like to follow fashion?
I mean, I love fashion, but it doesn't mean that I follow. I mean, I know which colors suit me, or, you know, which brands I know. And if I can say, you know, the brand I love, you know, has a new, you know, kind of clothes, or, you know, new season they come, and I definitely go and have a look.
Okay. What colours do you think suit you?
I mean, I love blue, and then, you know, the shades of blue. But I mean, many people say actually I should also go for brighter colors like yellow or red. But yellow I don't really like. I really hate yellow. I don't know why. But I think one point maybe they are right, you know, because of, you know, you have to actually listen to what people say.
Okay. And how do the seasons affect what things you choose to wear?
Seasons are quite important. I mean, imagine, you know, if it rains every day, which means you will have a grey weather, and then you sometimes need to cheer yourself up. That's why you need to have some kind of bright colours. If the season's summer, you know, the sun is there, quite, you know, you feel already bubbly, happy, and then, you know, everything is kind of shines. And that's why maybe the colours that are not important. But if the winter, I don't know, the grey weather, you know, the rains, you need definitely the bright colours around you. And it is definitely important, I guess. You know.
Okay. Right, I'd like to move on to talk about national parks. Does your country have national parks?
Yes, Turkey has lots of national parks. And from west to east, you know, from north to south, we have quite huge country. Turkey is a really big country. And then that's why, you know, we have different actually temperature and then different seasons. And then we have all seasons. So that's why we have a really good national parks, different breeds of animals and different type of plants there.
Okay. What do you feel makes a good national park?
I think people nowadays has a quite stressful lifestyle. That's why having this sort of national parks around you actually makes you feel better. I mean, if you live in a city like you really need to go somewhere else to feel a little bit kind of relax, and then think about it. To forget about what you have been doing or to stress things out. That's why I think it's really important just to see different scenery.
Okay, right now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. And before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, so here's your topic, and take your minute. Okay, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Now, you've only got 1 to 2 minutes, so don't worry if I stop you in the middle.
All
okay?
right, okay.
Okay, start.
I mean, in Turkey we have different kind of events. Some of them actually kind of religious, and then actually come from traditions and everything, and some of them kind of arts, music and everything. But I'm going to talk about the religious festival we usually have twice a year. One of them is really, again, religious, and then many people actually try to do it because they believe in, that it's something important to do. And I find it actually quite interesting. I mean, even though, the people kind of has a different lifestyle, but they try to do it because it makes them happy. And also the other thing, they actually this sort of events actually bring families together. And also this is the time you actually see your friends and families as well. That they come and then share and then they celebrate and then talk about the things they've been doing. Maybe as I mentioned, because stress lifestyle, it's not easy to see everyone kind of together. That's why it's quite important, and it usually takes 3 or 4 days. And then again, kind of people come and visit each other, and then you actually kind of go and visit them as well. It is important. Why for me, it's not famous, but it is important. Like it's a kind of religious thing. It's, again, because the years and years, like everything, and lots of changes. This religious festivals actually kind of change as well. Instead of people visiting, the friends and families, they kind of go somewhere else, abroad, or I don't know, just use them as a holiday. I think this is the part makes me a little bit sad sometimes. I mean, it's better to go and visit family and the parents. They expect to actually see you.
Okay, that's fine, thank you. Do you find that in this festival you would often get foreign visitors?
Yeah, some. I mean, if people, those foreign people, they're just there bound to be there. I mean, then enjoying because one of them is related to fasting. I don't think people might like to join them.
Not, no. Okay, right. I'd like to talk about some topics related to this now. So to start with, I'd like to talk about culture. So what are some of the things that define a country's culture?
So there are too many elements, when we talk about culture. Again, it can be that they are, the language, music that they created, or the clothing. Again, the music that I mentioned. I don't know. The language again, they kind of it develop during the years. These are the things that actually make them kind of together.
Okay. And how are the arts, such as painting, music, and literature, viewed in your country?
Many people are quite interested in arts, and such as dancing, music, and everything. But if there's a kind of events happening in their city and everything, they are quite happy to go and visit and actually have a kind of opinion about themselves.
Okay. Do you think governments should fund cultural activity in a country when there are shortages for such things as education and health?
Yeah, these are quite tricky questions. Yeah, I mean, if they have, I think government definitely, makes a point of actually giving their citizens everything they can. And but if there's a shortage about money, because art again is a kind of education, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something actually they can develop, and then it's something they can actually feel happy, free to express themselves. Whatever happens, they have to express themselves. But I mean, again, government should find a way to actually kind of support these events as well, because these are important.
Okay. What are some of the things that define a great work of art?
I can say whatever uniqueness, maybe I can say, or the different way of looking at and then my view in this case, if you see something and then it makes you happy, I think it's the main thing, because there are too many different things, different groups or different reforms, too many different names, in art or music and everything. But you have to enjoy it. It has to touch you.
Yes,
and then
touch
this is
you,
yes, and then you can feel, that's something unique, that's something different.
Okay.
I think it makes a difference.
Right, I'd like to move on to talk about museums. What kind of things come to mind when you hear the word museum?
I think museum. I feel like the place where all the collective interesting things actually put. It can be kind of nature or science related, or kind of art, historical dancing. Every little interesting pieces actually can be put there to give people a kind of a little bit information about what it's all about.
Okay. What advantages, if any, are there to having museums in a town?
As I mentioned, museums are kind of collective things, and then of course, if you have it in your town or you stay, you will benefit, from having it. I mean, if you give people education or a little bit information about the nature and everything, it will be beneficial to have it in your, doorstep. You can at least take these kids and then show them, what it's all about, and then actually they can kind of create a curiosity. And then maybe, their mind, develop. Even they might choose this subject as a, the job, and then, they can actually go and, study.
Okay. How can we get young people to visit museums more?
Oh, yeah. Again, youngsters, their mind is everywhere, and then you have to definitely grab their attention. Yeah, I mean, the curious, they are curious about everything. That's why you have to actually reach them and then to tell why they need to go there, to explore, and then everything is there. They can actually interact maybe the different exhibits there, the interesting things, events and everything. And then this is the way actually they can develop imagination, and then this is the way maybe they might get inspired by the things they see there.
Okay. Do you think museums should be free, or should they charge for entry?
I think they should be free.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it must be difficult to run. Many people don't go there, and they need definitely fund or donations. I think what they can do to when people go there, they might ask for donations.
Right.
I mean, small donations maybe, or maybe government can fund them. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's
Thank
the end
you.
of the test.